All right. What's up? Wake up, wealth up, everyone. It is your mompreneur and Zeal Diva of the 21st century, Melanie Williams, coming to you from Booteek House Enterprises with just a little bit of motivation to get you through today. Just something to make you think, something to just keep you going, just keep your mind moving. You don't want to be stagnant in the things that you do. It's when you get lax, it's when you get stuck. Nobody wants to be stuck. Sitting here doing one of my favorite things, fiddling with my plants. I love my plants. I like full plants, especially like this. I love seeing that I can make the leaves grow so big like they are. I've got to repot this one because the roots are growing up, and which means it doesn't have any room in this pot, and it's causing my leaves to get smaller. And I love them palm size because they look so beautiful to me when they're like that, and they're growing at their optimum rate when they have enough room. So just thinking about how I like to do plants and potting them, and taking care of them, watching them grow, just made me want to come on and give a little inspiration to some people in dealing with health. I think that everyone should be treating themselves the way that they treat other things that they don't even realize that they pay a lot more attention to than they do themselves. And I can say that because I know that my plants get more attention from me than I give myself in some respect. I love doing challenges, especially personal challenges, things that challenge me to be better than me, not necessarily, in competition with somebody else where I'm trying to prove that I'm better or I can do greater at this. Because in all actuality, no matter how great you do or how much more you achieve than somebody else, it doesn't measure up to their achievement because you don't know where they came from or what they had to do to get where they got. So truly, you can only be better than your yester self. So that is what I always strive to do. But I like to do challenges, competitions or whatever you want to call them, where it challenges me physically for where I am now and where I want to go. So I'm doing a challenge with a friend of mine and fellow military mom, Bethany Rucker of the Rucker Report. You should catch her on Facebook, where we're going to be doing 100 push-ups and planks. We're doing 100 push-ups and then 2 1-minute planks. I'm doing 1.5 minutes. I'm trying to work myself back up to 3 minutes. I've been slacking and I can't hold my 3-minute plank anymore, which is a bad thing because that just means my core is not as strong as it used to be. And I want to get that back up. I want to get that core strength up. You don't realize how much of your body depends on your core strength. So that is one of the things that I want to get back together. But in relation to your health and your body and taking care of other things better than you take care of yourself, like maybe y'all can't see it, but I'm taking so much care right now to separate these roots so that I'm not tearing them up and damaging them too much, because it does really irritate the plant. And I want it to be at its best. I want it to grow, like I said, these wonderful palm-sized leaves. I don't know if y'all can see that. I would like it to keep doing that. I love when they're so big and so full, and the plant looks happy. If a plant can look happy, you know, when it's big like that. And you know, we just need to make sure that with everything that's going on in our lives, with, you know, with everybody else that we're taking care of, especially moms, because we tend to put everything and everyone before ourselves. We have to be sure that we are making just as much conscious effort to take care of ourselves as we are in taking care of everything and everyone else around us. And I can say this because I know I'm guilty of it. Anybody who's been following me has probably seen videos where I have said that, you know, I can't count the days when I've gotten more than 5 hours of sleep. I've changed that, people. I've gotten more than 5 hours of sleep these days. But you know, at one point I wasn't. And you really break yourself down when you don't get rest, when you don't take the time out to do for yourself, you know, what it is you're doing for everybody else too. You have to, I hope you guys can hear me because I'm down in my basement. I got the dryer going because I'm doing laundry. My baby's upstairs sleeping. I've cleaned up the kitchen. And now, this is like my relaxed time where, you know, I'm down here with my plants, my other baby, and I'm repotting it. I'm actually separating it so that, one, it has room for all these roots, and two, it's going to grow bigger. I'm going to have 2 bigger plants that I'll eventually have to repot. But it'll have a little time to grow before I have to do that if I separate it like this instead of just putting it all in one big pot. And I like this plant. And it is an air purifier for your home. So I like that about it too. So it's really awesome to have more than just this one plant in the house anyway. I love it. All right, now I have 2 wonderful plants that I'm going to put into 2 separate pots here that I have. I'm going to give it that tender loving care it also flourishes from. And I just have to remember that all the tender loving care that I give to this plant and to my children, to my husband, to, you know, my cousins, my aunts, you know, everybody else but me, I need to remember to give to myself. Just like I make sure I have the optimum soil, you know, that it has the right amount of water and the right amount of plant food. I have to make sure that I'm doing those things for myself. And that is why I do exercise. I do try to eat right. But I know what my limits are. So that's another thing you need to know. You need to know what your limits are. You need to know what your weaknesses are as far as helping others and not yourself. And then you have to be willing to admit to yourself that, you know, there's some things that you need to change and take care of so that you can get on that path to helping you while you're out helping others. Because if you're not taking care of you, eventually you won't be able to take care of others for you. And then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of what you were trying to do in the first place. So I'm almost finished with my little plant here. It's a vine plant for anybody interested in knowing. I get these from the Home Depot. Home Depot. And they're really inexpensive. They're probably like $10 for, what is this? An 8-inch pothos. That's the name of this plant, 8-inch. Probably get, depending on where you like to get your plants. You might be able to find them cheaper other spots, but I like them. Like I said, they're air purifiers, and they're really simple plant. They don't take a lot to care for them. They don't need a lot of attention. You can truly set it and forget it for all of y'all that like those quick meals, crock pot meals. I love crock pot meals, y'all. This is like a crock pot meal right here. Once I get it replanted, put it in here and it'll grow like this for quite some while, for quite some time before I have to do this again. I water it probably once a week, depending on my house temperature. Sometimes the temperature and humidity in the house, I have to do it more or less. But for the most part, you really can't kill this plant unless you overwater it. You can let it dry, but overwatering it will just knock it out the park. Yeah, so you see I kind of know a lot about this plant. Just as much as I know about this plant, I should be knowing about myself. And that's one of the points I wanted to make in doing this video and talking about how we need to care for ourselves. Take notice in the things that are changing as you're getting older. And don't be afraid to talk to your doctors about things that is going on with your body, because you really have to take care of you. Be an advocate for your own health. Just recently, a very close friend of mine had a stroke. She's younger than me. She's in her 30s. And it was very unexpected. And it turns out that, after this event, she found out that there's a history of things that she didn't even know about in her family, that had she known, there could have been some things, she did differently in her life, and, just working with her doctor. She wasn't like the person that doesn't go to the doctor often or anything like that. She gets a checkup, that this information had been something that she knew about. She could have took action on that too. So another thing we need to do is know our family history. We need to know what type of things we should be checking for, what type of things we need to be concerned about as far as our own health and our family history, so that we know what to watch out for and what we can do ahead of time. It's great that she is going to have the opportunity to correct some of the things that will help her in the future to not have this happen again. But it would have been great for her had she known ahead of time, the type of things going on in her life. And it was just an oversight, with her parents. Just her not knowing, about all this stuff that's prevalent in her family. So, as parents, guys, we also got to talk to our kids about our health and our history and, the things that they're going to need to watch for in the future as far as their health goes, because heaven forbid something like this could have took her out. She got a whole family, that would miss her. Well, that's one repotted plant. Doesn't look like much now, but give it a couple of days after it's been rewatered and the leaves are standing up new, and it'll be great. I like to get these little fun little buckets from the dollar store. You don't have to pay a lot for a pot. You just don't. There's some really cute ones though that I do buy sometimes that's ridiculously priced. So I like to go to flea markets or secondhand stores to get them. But when I can't do that, dollar store works just fine. Nice little buckets. Some of them have cute little decorative handles or whatever. And they make for great planting pots for my flowers, for my plants. Okay, guys, I don't want to keep you, but I did feel like I wanted to share just that little bit of information, that little bit of inspiration, that little bit of just make sure you're in the know about what you need to know about you. Just make sure you're taking care of you. You know, just some of y'all wash y'all cars 50 million times, worry about scratches on the paint, and you got a bruise on your arm. You don't even know where you got it from. You ain't questioned it. You just looked at it once or twice. You know, got skin rashes and just little things you brush off as, oh, that'll be okay. But Lord, let the paint on your car get scratched up. It's a whole ordeal. Just be careful. Just be mindful of the things that you are caring about more than yourself. And then care about yourself a little bit more. So as always, I hope that's what's up. So you can wake up and get your wealth up. And definitely get your health up. Your health is your wealth, people. Until next time.